Next accessory going to be the Talon lower door panels. Looks like we got some hardware, and then the doors themselves. So bear with me, I'll show you what it comes with and how to get them on. Okay, step one for the lower door panels is you need to remove the the painted plastic. So to do that, you just go around to the 8 Phillips head screws all around. This is the last one in for mine. And remove those. You do not need to remove these. This is what holds the door onto the hinge. So I'm going to take this last one out and take this piece off. Okay, step 2 requires the drill to come out. And you're going to see these locating dots. There's a total of 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. What you want to do is drill through those, and then we're going to come back and we're also going to trim this piece of the plastic out for the bracket to stick up through to the door. I'm starting with a 13/64 drill bit. It calls for a 10 millimeter in the instructions, and I looked it up, and that's really close to a 3/8, but a 3/8 seems too big. So I'm going to start smaller and then work my way up, just so I don't have a hole too big, just in case. I'm working on the driver's side now, and I can say a 3/8 inch drill bit is the correct size when you're drilling the holes for the locating dots, and then you're going to use the little shoulder bolt hardware to go through that. So I'm going to tap these out, and then what I'm using, you can actually see there's some reference lines. I'm doing mine just slightly outside of them to give a little room for adjustment, but to get that cut, I've got this Milwaukee multi-tool. And then all it is just a regular wood metal blade, and it takes care of that plastic in quick work. After you finish your trimming, this is basically what it's going to look like. Again, you can see I kind of went outside of the reference line, and I used that multi-tool. And I tried to leave basically this lip on the bottom, just so that on the inside of the door, like I didn't want an awkward gap there. If I need to trim that, that's fine, no big deal, I can come back and do it. But it should be pretty close. So I'll put the next part on and show you the next steps. Okay, for the next part, you're going to use the little shoulder hardware and then the provided nuts. That's just going to go through these 5 holes and into the corresponding ones you just drilled. I'm going to do the first one in the middle, just because that gives you kind of room to adjust things back and forth and then snug things up. And another thing they do include on the door is this little rubber bumper right here. You just put it in, and that'll keep things from rattling up against that. So that's another nice little touch. Both lower doors are complete. I came back over here and did some adjustments. So I think I showed you earlier there was a small gap at the bottom, and it took care of that. Turns out what the issue was is I didn't trim quite enough out. It's probably difficult to see, but anyway, since this door wraps around in that way, you really need to make sure you slot it out, not all the way to here, but just enough where the door can actually hang down straight. And then the problem I was having is I didn't trim enough of it out, so it was kind of sitting back like that. So I've got it good and fixed now. Shuts great. Like I said, it's got the anti-rattle little bumper on there, plus the one up there. So very nice accessory. The fit is great on those. I would definitely recommend that accessory. And I think next what I'm going to do is work on getting some harnesses in it, and then possibly a light bar.